If you're a young person who wants to start investing in 2026, or you just don't have very much money, where do you start?
Isn't it weird how we made almost everything up and it still sucks?
If you listen to the news or you read financial articles, talk to a financial advisor, go on Reddit, they're pretty much all going to tell you the same thing.
7,000 on the S&P.
The S&P 500.
The S&P 500.
The S&P 500.
The S&P 500. $58 trillion. It's what every financial advisor calls the core of American wealth.
So the S&P 500 is a collection of the top 500 largest companies in America. And the idea is pretty simple and straightforward. If you invest in the largest 500 companies in America, you're basically investing in the American economy. So as long as the American economy keeps doing well, you'll keep doing well.
The financial system was already broken.
Fiat money, which is making it impossible to save, forcing regular people from dentists to laborers to, if they have no choice but to quote unquote invest to survive.
That's my quant.
Your what?
My quantitative. My math specialist. Look at him. You notice anything different about him? Look at his face.
That's pretty racist.
Look at his eyes.
Nearly everything out there that is trading or people are investing in is virtually at this point a meme coin that represents some idea that people can get behind.
If you're doing any kind of retirement investing, 401ks, anything like that, it's pretty much all going into the S&P 500. Not all of it. There's some like government bonds and treasury bills, shit like that. The whole idea with the financial system is to be so complicated that you stop asking questions.
Institutional control. Influence. And the companies inside it were, for the most part, profiting from human suffering.
Most things that trade nowadays are largely detached from like fundamentals around cash flows. The rotation into things like gold, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then SPX is like the most direct critique of the flaws of this system.
It's confusing, it's complicated, and it's meant to be.
The S&P 500 was not an innocent investment. Its foundations had moral compromises most people would never agree to make.
Because as long as it's complicated enough and as long as it's confusing enough, you'll stop asking questions and then they don't have to explain anything.
Defense contractors building autonomous weapons. Pharmaceutical giants engineering addiction. Corporations strip mining attention and selling data for profit. All of it packaged into retirement funds. All of it beyond the control of the people whose money made it possible.
All of the above are being caused, being driven, being represented, being financed by, and benefit the equities market, the stock market.
Like, you know, they turn the stock market off every night and they turn it back on every morning. And they're like, we're in a bubble, it's gonna burst. It's bound to happen any day now. It's like, then leave it off. What the f are you doing turning it back off?
Dollars in the traditional system and dollars in assets that call bullshit on its flaws.
If I put my entire life savings into the S&P 500, it would have to go up by $69 trillion just for me to double my money.
Idiots.
And when they talk about these concepts, they'll try to convince you of the stupidest fucking things possible. It's like, does money grow on trees? No, we just print it out of thin air.
Everything is made up.
For instance, they'll be like, inflation needs to be a thing. Inflation needs to be at 3% to help stimulate the economy. What?
People will argue with me. They're like, Pat, you don't get the economy. I studied the economics. I have a degree, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, economics is just astrology for pure f***ing losers.
And so now you have regular people, facing these harsh realities, living paycheck to paycheck, watching debt burdens exceed income, suffering from inflation, high housing costs, addiction economies around gambling, excessive consumerism.
Homes are too expensive. Young people can't afford them. We're coming out with 50-year mortgages. Soon to be 60, I'm sure, and then 100 and so on.
It was also clear to me that fiat has been destroyed with debt binges.
The purchasing power of the dollar has gone down by like 95% over the last 60 years.
Followed by money printing and like misaligned incentives.
Like the dollar's down, the economy's. It's like, why don't we just say it's not?
Inflation isn't going away. Things are just getting more expensive faster.
And whether that's like intentional or unintentional, like almost doesn't matter. In reality, it's probably a mix of both. But now, like regular everyday people, like my neighbors, my friends, my family, are facing the harsh realities of the fact that the system is broken, the policies that have been enacted and followed to lead us here, and they're like stuck holding the bag, essentially. The decisions that were made by a very small group of powerful people who, basically were playing a game of choosing winners and losers.
Wages have stayed basically flat or stagnant, for the last like 40 fucking years.
And they're like, these people have all the money. These people have no money. It's like, print more, give it to them. They go, we can't. It will devalue the currency. Just say it doesn't.
That you can't hollow out the middle class on chain too and expect for them not to do what's already happening now, right? And the same thing has happened in public markets with the stock market. I mean, SpaceX wants to IPO at what, 1.5 trillion? Like OpenAI and Anthropic are right around there as well.
And lately, sort of these companies that IPO, they IPO at these extremely high valuations. And the stock market and IPO listings, they're becoming a system of extraction rather than opportunity.
So no one's buying that shit.
That's where it gets really scammy, is because it's not like, hey, we're IPOing and you could choose to buy this and take this risk. It's we're IPOing and we're going to get ourselves into S&P 500. We're going to get ourselves in the index to have those passive flows. So whether you know it or not, you're going to be buying it. Nobody knows what the hell they own in their retirement funds or if they're passive investors. They have no idea.
The SPX 500 is becoming increasingly synonymous with AI. And this is only going to continue happening more and more. Right now, that is true to the extent of 35%. I wouldn't be surprised to see this at 70, 80%.
And the pension funds, they certainly don't know. Well, the people managing them should know and should take the time to figure this out and care about it, but they don't, and it's all a Ponzi. Or not necessarily a Ponzi, but a pyramid scheme is probably a better way to put it. It's their pyramid scheme that they totally control, and you're getting dumped on. So if you buy any of these at IPO as a retail investor, in my opinion, you are out of your mind.
What used to be a land of opportunity for retail investors in the 80s, 90s, even zeros, right now it's become a place where you go to use retail investors as exit liquidity, essentially.
So I can't buy that shit. Gold's like $50 trillion. Can't buy that shit.
Gold is outperforming Warren Buffett over like the last 20 to 25 years, I think. And so this guy's like supposedly one of the greatest investors of all time in like quote unquote high quality companies. And there's an asset that reflects like a complete alternative to the system that people are moving towards, away from these supposed like high quality companies. Like this is the example of like the system is broken, the system is not working.
Let's make it more fun. Let's base interest rates on how interesting you are as an individual. You show up to a bank, you do a backflip, they're like, you got a mortgage. Anything else? You do a handstand, they're like, your student debts are forgiven.
Fallout of a lot of these old financial instruments that cannot be propped up by like, a generation that is, number one, shrinking. Number two, doesn't have work to get to. Number three, like is frankly doesn't want to work for these systems.
So what is the solution? What is our solution?
If we harness the power of God, could we flip the stock market?
And you're like, what the fuck is he talking about?
It's to trigger a giant wealth redistribution phenomenon.
Welcome to the S&P 6900.
SPX 6900. It's a decentralized, belief-based asset.
An advanced blockchain cryptography token with limitless possibilities and scientific utilization.
A socio-economic movement whose goal is to eventually flip the stock market.
Imagine the power of the whole entire stock market put inside little tiny crypto coins. With the help of the greatest minds in mathematics and research, this power is now on Ethereum blockchain science technologies for the first time in the history of finance. 欢迎来到标普6900，具有无限可能性的先进区块链加密代币。想象一下，股票市场的力量蕴藏在小小的加密货币中。欢迎。
So SPX 6900 started asking, what if we actually flipped it?
So this is the market cap of SPX 500 today, at almost $67 trillion. And that little yellow dot that you see on the right, that is the market cap of SPX 6900. And the vision that we as a community have is to trigger what we call the prophecy of a stock market flipping. Is for SPX 6900 to reach a higher market cap than the SPX 500.
Just another day of going to work and acting like everything is okay, even though I feel like I'm drowning.
I don't have an ID or a social security card or any credit because I'm trying to.
And at first, this sounds crazy.
The $69 trillion target, flipping the S&P 500. It sounds insane. It probably is insane.
When SPX 6900 succeeds in flipping the stock market, it will directionally function as a one-time 50% wealth tax on the rich.
I'm sorry, but someone outbid you by $20,000.
Sweet, my 5th Airbnb rental. I mean, we could always just give less to the shareholders and make things cheaper.
This is the only home I could find in your $4,000 a month budget. After some minor repairs, it should be good as new.
To simply redistribute and reabsorb value from existing assets. BTC is already doing it to fiat and by extension, bonds, treasury markets, and real estate. GameStop somewhat successfully did it to about half a dozen to a dozen hedge funds that were overshorting the stock. And the SPX 6900 movement is taking it to the whole nother level and is trying to absorb half of the biggest stock index in the world.
Oh my God!
Anti-corporate propaganda on the internet.
Hi!
To SPX 6900 Amsterdam, the first European gathering on Sky.
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
Great.
Yeah?
Nice to meet you, Jody. How was your... And just by being here, you're saying you understand the inevitability of a coordinated supply scheme. Please welcome Dr. Jackie Shaw.
What is left that is uniquely irreducible and human? It's the battle of human relevance. There's very little in this world worth more than genuine trust between people. And that is what I think we're building here.
Persisting Forever is a spirit, most of it.